The college application plan activity is one of the final steps before submitting your college applications. In this video, what I would like to do is to cover some of the important points of what will be covered on your college application plan form. Prior to starting this activity, you should have a copy of your profile, your resume, the common data set activity that you gathered, and your college research sheet. Now, on your college application form, let me just go over the areas so that it's clear in terms of the information that you're going to be noting onto the form. Your information on the form is at the top that refers to your GPA and the test scores that you will be submitting. While you may have taken the SAT and the ACT, you should decide which score is highest. That's the one that you likely should submit. The information for each of your colleges, as you move across each line of the form, what is the GPA that was noted in your college research? What is the median test score as it relates to the test scores that you're submitting, whether it's the SAT or the ACT that you noted in your college research? And what is the acceptance rate at this particular school? When you get to the column for strong, good, or weak match, this is where you really have to engage in some self-reflection, looking at reviewing your resume, your profile, your grades and your test scores, and the common data set for each of your colleges. So when you review that information, are you a strong candidate? Do you exceed the grades and test scores for this particular college? Are you a good candidate? Meaning, do you meet the grades and test scores and you've engaged in the type of activities that this college values? Or are you a weak candidate? Are your test scores lower than the median scores for this particular school? And when we refer to being lower, are your ACT scores more than 2 points lower? Are your SAT scores more than 50 points lower than the median scores for this school? And then fee or fee waiver. Note the application fee for this particular college, or if you've already received a fee waiver from the college or are entitled to a fee waiver. Note the type of financial aid, if it's need-based and it's simply yes or no. When you completed the net price calculator, if you calculated low to no loans for a particular school, then that school is more likely has need-based financial aid. If you were offered full student loans and perhaps even a Parent Plus loan, or your full financial need was not met through institutional scholarships and grants, then that school likely does not have need-based financial aid. When you get to the admissions cycle, this is where you really have to consider how you're going to apply to each of your colleges. You can only apply early decision to one college, but many colleges will have early action admission cycles. Early action is not binding, but oftentimes you will get a faster admission decision, and you may even have an admission and an advantage in the admission process. Indicate the deadline that your application will be submitted, and then you have to research, does this college require an essay? And if so, how many essays? What's the word count? Does the college have writing prompts where you're expected to respond to multiple writing prompts for this college? You may be able to find this information on the college's website, at the common application for this particular college, or even in the college's common data set. And then, are you going to submit an application supplement, a resume, portfolio, research paper, or a video link to a creative arts performance? After you've completed your college research sheet, you may then go on to identify the admissions process that you're going to utilize. Will you submit your application through the college's website? Will you submit your application through the common application? Will you submit it through the coalition application, the universal application, or the common black application? Whether or not you choose any of these will depend on the college itself. Some colleges will subscribe to one or more of these, and other colleges will only allow you to submit the application through their website. Now, prior to establishing your accounts, whether it's a common application account or an account on the college's website, you need to gather or prepare yourself to record your login information, your username, and your password. You need to have a consistent email address, as colleges are going to be contacting you frequently over the course of the next several months as they provide you with an admission decision, have questions that must be resolved relating to your financial aid, or are offering you institutional or other types of scholarships. So all of this is important in this college application plan activity. Take your time. You have other questions, please ask them so that you have a clear strategy for moving forward.